Have you ever been on the verge of something big, a promotion, a business launch, a dream relationship, a body transformation, and suddenly, out of nowhere, you start sabotaging yourself? You miss deadlines. You pick fights. You procrastinate. You convince yourself it wasn't the right time. Most people would call that laziness or lack of discipline. But what if I told you that, for a surprising number of high-achieving, talented, and ambitious people, the real problem isn't fear of failure. It's fear of success. Welcome to the first episode of our Deep Dive Psychology series. Today we're exploring the hidden, counterintuitive world of people who are secretly terrified of winning. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this fear exists, how it shows up in everyday life, and most importantly, what you can do if you suspect this fear is holding you back. Let's begin. Part 1. What does fear of success actually mean? Most of us grew up hearing, everyone is afraid of failing. That makes intuitive sense. Failure hurts the ego, brings shame, wastes time and money. But success is supposed to be the reward. So why on earth would anyone fear the very thing they say they want? Psychologist Abraham Maslow, famous for his hierarchy of needs, noticed something strange in his clients back in the 1950s. Some of his most gifted patients would get close to major breakthroughs, writing a book, earning a PhD, starting a practice, and then suddenly derail their own progress. Maslow called this the Jonah complex, the fear of one's own greatness, named after the biblical Jonah who literally ran away from the mission God gave him. In modern terms, fear of success is an unconscious anxiety that achieving your goal will somehow be worse than staying where you are right now. It's not that you don't want the money, the recognition, or the freedom. It's that some deeper part of your psyche believes success will cost you something even more precious: safety, identity, belonging, or love. Part 2. The 7 hidden reasons people fear success. Let's unpack the 7 most common unconscious reasons this fear shows up. Success threatens your current identity. Most of us have a story about who we are. I'm the hardworking underdog. I'm the helper, not the leader. I'm the rebellious artist who doesn't sell out. When success arrives, it forces an identity upgrade, and the brain hates uncertainty. Psychologist Pauline Clance, who researched imposter syndrome, found that many high achievers secretly believe, if I become too successful, I won't recognize myself anymore, and neither will the people who love me. Fear of raised expectations. Once you succeed once, the bar moves forever. Friends, family, followers, investors, everyone now expects you to keep performing at that new level. For perfectionists and people-pleasers, that pressure feels suffocating. Guilt and the crab mentality. From your original group in some families or friend circles, success is subtly, or not so subtly, treated as betrayal. You hear things like, "Who do you think you are?" or "Don't forget where you came from." Psychologists call this the tall poppy syndrome. The tallest poppy gets cut first. If you grew up in an environment where standing out was punished, your nervous system may still associate visibility with danger. Fear of losing love or belonging. A surprising number of people unconsciously believe, if I become too successful, people will only want me for my money/status/connections, not for me. Or worse, my struggling friends will resent me and leave. Success can trigger abandonment. Fears rooted in childhood. Unresolved loyalty to past suffering. This one is deep. Some people feel that fully succeeding would invalidate the pain they or their family went through. My parents sacrificed everything and never made it. Who am I to have it easy? Staying stuck becomes a way of staying loyal. Fear that success will expose your flaws. Many of us use not having enough time/money/support as an excuse for why we're not further along. Success removes those excuses. Suddenly the spotlight is on you, and the inner critic whispers, "Now everyone will see I'm actually a fraud." The subconscious belief that you don't deserve it. At the root of almost every fear of success is some version of unworthiness. Religious upbringing, early criticism, comparison to a golden child sibling. These experiences can wire the nervous system to believe that good things happening to you is somehow unfair to the universe. Part 3. How fear of success shows up. Real-life signs you might have it. Now let's get practical. Here are the most common self-sabotage patterns. Chronic procrastination right before a big launch or deadline. Picking fights with supportive partners when things are going well. Downplaying your achievements. It was luck. Anyone could do it. Suddenly getting sick or injured when you're about to cross a major milestone. Quitting or ghosting opportunities at the 90% mark. Undercharging, overgiving. Or refusing to delegate even when you can afford help, feeling strangely depressed or empty after achieving a long-term goal. If 2 or more of these made you wince, keep watching. Part 4. Where does fear of success actually come from? The origins. Psychologists have traced this fear to several developmental sources. Inconsistent parenting. A parent who only gave love/attention when you were struggling, or humble, early shaming for showing off. Don't brag. Nobody likes a show-off. Witnessing a successful family member be criticized, cheated on, or burdened, being the identified patient or scapegoat in a dysfunctional family system. Religious or cultural teachings that equate wealth/fame with greed or spiritual danger. The common theme. Your young brain learned, standing out equals danger. Staying small equals safety and love. Part 5. The science. Why your brain treats success like a threat. From a neurobiological perspective, fear of success is a classic amygdala hijack. When you imagine actually achieving the goal, your prefrontal cortex lights up with excitement. But if success previously equaled danger in your life, the amygdala fires a threat response. Cortisol and adrenaline flood your system. Your body literally feels like you're about to walk into a lion's den. That's why logical affirmations like, "I deserve this," rarely work alone. You're trying to think your way out of a physiological alarm bell. Part 6. How to start healing fear of success. Practical steps. Here's the good news. This is one of the most treatable blocks in clinical psychology. Here are the strategies that actually move the needle. Name the fear out loud, daily. Every morning, finish this sentence in a journal. If I became wildly successful, the scariest part would be Keep writing until you hit the emotional core. Most people are shocked at what comes up. Run the movie to the end, close your eyes, and visualize achieving the goal in detail. Then force yourself to sit with the discomfort for 60 seconds without fixing it. This is systematic desensitization. You're teaching your nervous system that success won't actually kill you. Reframe success as an act of service. Ask, who benefits if I play small? Usually the answer is no one. Then ask, who benefits if I step into my full potential? Write down real names. This shifts success from ego to contribution. D.O. Future self. Letters. Write a letter from your successful future self to your current self, giving permission, expressing pride, and promising that relationships can evolve without being lost. Read it when sabotage urges hit. Gradual exposure ladder. Create tiny wins that force you to get used to success in small doses. Raise your prices by 10%. Say yes to speaking at a local event. Post your wins publicly. Celebrate each one loudly. You're rewiring the reward pathway. Inner child work/reparenting. Visualize the younger version of you who first learned success was dangerous. Tell them, I will never abandon you just because good things happen. We are safe together. This sounds woo-woo but has massive clinical backing in trauma therapy. Surround yourself with new references. Find friends, mentors, or online communities where success is normal and celebrated. Your nervous system learns safety through mirror neurons. Seeing others thrive without punishment calms your own threat response. Therapy modalities that work especially well: EMDR for processing early shaming memories, IFS, internal family systems, to negotiate with the protector parts that sabotage somatic experiencing, to discharge the frozen fear stuck in the body. Part 7. Closing, your permission slip. Here's the truth no one says out loud. The world needs you successful, not for the cars or the followers, but because your fully expressed gifts are someone else's medicine. Playing small doesn't serve anyone. Your fear of success is just an outdated alarm system trying to keep a child version of you safe in a world that no longer exists. You are allowed to want more. You are allowed to have more. You are allowed to become the version of yourself that scares you a little, because that version is also the one the world has been waiting for. If this video hit home, do 3 things for me. Drop the word relate in the comments so I know I'm not alone in describing this. Share this with one friend who's been stuck at the same level for years. You might save their dreams. Subscribe and hit the bell because next week we're doing the psychology of people who fear being seen. And trust me, it's the sequel you didn't know you needed. You've got this. And I'm rooting for the version of you that's no longer afraid to win. Outro music swells. I'll see you in the next one.